you wondering if your wife is truly happy in your marriage? Do you often find yourself asking, "Is everything okay?" only to be met with a dismissive "I'm fine"? Be honest, men. You know that tone. It's the one that says, "I'm not fine, but I don't want to talk about it." Well, let me tell you, gentlemen. Ignoring the signs of an unsatisfied married woman can lead to a marital disaster. It's time to wake up, take a closer look, and face the music. Your marriage might be on shaky ground, and it's up to you to take action. The silent sufferer. Many married women suffer in silence, hiding their true feelings behind a mask of contentment. They might be afraid to rock the boat, fearing that expressing their dissatisfaction will lead to conflict or even divorce. But, gentlemen, this silence can be deadly. It can lead to resentment, affairs, and ultimately, the demise of your marriage. So, what are the signs that your wife is unhappy in your marriage? Are there any red flags you should be looking out for? The answer is yes, and it's time you knew what they were. Sign number 1, the emotional distance. Have you noticed that your wife has become emotionally distant lately? Does she no longer initiate conversations, or seem uninterested in your daily life? This emotional disconnection can be a sign that she's unhappy in the marriage. When a woman feels unheard, unseen, or unappreciated, she may start to withdraw emotionally. This can manifest in various ways, such as not asking about your day or showing interest in your life, avoiding intimate conversations or emotional discussions, not initiating physical affection or intimacy, seeming preoccupied or distant during conversations. Sign number 2, the critic. Is your wife constantly criticizing you or finding fault in everything you do? This could be a sign that she's unhappy in the marriage and frustrated with the relationship. When a woman feels unheard or unvalued, she may start to criticize her partner as a way to express her own frustration and disappointment. This can manifest in various ways, such as constantly finding fault in your actions or decisions, being overly critical of your appearance, habits, or interests, making sarcastic comments or jokes at your expense, comparing you unfavorably to others. Sign number 3, the avoider. Has your wife started avoiding you or making excuses to not spend time together? This could be a sign that she's unhappy in the marriage and doesn't know how to address it. When a woman feels unhappy or unfulfilled in her marriage, she may start to avoid her partner as a way to cope with her emotions. This can manifest in various ways, such as making excuses to not attend social events or family gatherings, avoiding intimate conversations or physical intimacy, spending more time with friends or engaging in solo activities, seeming uninterested in planning dates or romantic getaways. Sign number 4, the nag. Is your wife constantly nagging you or complaining about small things? This could be a sign that she's unhappy in the marriage and feels unheard or unvalued. When a woman feels like her needs are not being met, she may start to nag her partner as a way to get attention or action. This can manifest in various ways, such as constantly complaining about small things, like dirty dishes or laundry, nagging you about responsibilities or chores, making demands or ultimatums, seeming frustrated or disappointed with your efforts. Sign number 5, the independent. Has your wife started to become more independent, making decisions without consulting you or pursuing her own interests? This could be a sign that she's unhappy in the marriage and seeking fulfillment elsewhere. When a woman feels unfulfilled or unheard in her marriage, she may start to pursue her own interests and hobbies as a way to find happiness. This can manifest in various ways, such as making decisions without consulting you or involving you in the process, pursuing her own hobbies or interests without including you, spending more time with friends or engaging in solo activities, seeming more self-sufficient and less reliant on you. Sign number 6, the past regrets. Is your wife constantly bringing up past regrets or disappointments in your marriage? This could be a sign that she's unhappy in the marriage and feeling stuck. When a woman feels like her needs are not being met, she may start to dwell on past regrets or disappointments as a way to express her frustration. This can manifest in various ways, such as constantly bringing up past arguments or unresolved issues, expressing regret over decisions made in the relationship, seeming stuck in a cycle of negative thinking or resentment, comparing your relationship to others or idealizing past relationships. Sign number 7, the lack of intimacy. Has your wife's interest in intimacy started to wane? This could be a sign that she's unhappy in the marriage and feeling unfulfilled. When a woman feels unheard or unvalued in her marriage, she may start to lose interest in intimacy as a way to cope with her emotions. This can manifest in various ways, such as avoiding physical touch or intimacy, seeming uninterested in romantic getaways or date nights, having a decrease in sexual desire or frequency, seeming distant or disconnected during intimate moments. Sign number 8, the deflector. Is your wife constantly deflecting conversations or avoiding discussions about the relationship? This could be a sign that she's unhappy in the marriage and doesn't know how to address it. When a woman feels unhappy or unfulfilled in her marriage, she may start to deflect conversations or avoid discussing the relationship as a way to cope with her emotions. This can manifest in various ways, such as changing the subject or avoiding conversations about the relationship, making jokes or downplaying concerns, seeming uncomfortable or defensive when discussing the relationship, avoiding eye contact or intimacy during conversations. Sign number 9, the ultimatum. Has your wife started giving you ultimatums or making demands in the relationship? This could be a sign that she's unhappy in the marriage and feeling desperate. When a woman feels like her needs are not being met, she may start to make demands or give ultimatums as a way to get attention or action. This can manifest in various ways, such as making demands or threats, such as "do this or I'll leave," seeming desperate or clingy, making accusations or blaming you for the relationship's problems, seeming unyielding or inflexible in her expectations. Sign number 10, the escape. Is your wife constantly talking about escaping or leaving the relationship? This could be a sign that she's unhappy in the marriage and feeling trapped. When a woman feels unhappy or unfulfilled in her marriage, she may start to fantasize about escaping or leaving the relationship as a way to cope with her emotions. This can manifest in various ways, such as constantly talking about leaving or separating, seeming distant or disconnected from the relationship, making plans or preparations to leave, seeming relieved or excited at the prospect of being single again. Gentlemen, if you're reading this and recognizing some of these signs in your own marriage, it's time to take action. Ignoring these signs or dismissing them as just a phase can lead to a marital disaster. It's time to have an honest conversation with your wife, to listen to her concerns, and to work together to address the issues in your marriage. Remember, a happy wife means a happy life. Marriage is a journey, not a destination. It takes work, commitment, and communication to make it thrive. If you're reading this and feeling concerned about your marriage, don't panic. Take a deep breath, put on your big boy pants, and have a conversation with your wife. Remember, gentlemen, a happy marriage requires effort and dedication from both partners. Don't wait until it's too late. Take action today and start building the marriage of your dreams.